Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we'll be going through the Port Adelaide Fremantle game, in which it was kind of a weird game, I won't lie. Just for scoring, there was a lot of, I think we had, was it 2 or 3 tackles that were cleared or almost suspendable acts. I thought the Butters crouch was going to go the way that it did, and basically my read on it was that Butters was actually actively contesting the ball at the same time that the high contact occurred, whereas Crouch has done the high contact to get the player out of the way and then gone to pick up the ball. So it is basically saying that you need to both be in that position, that sort of body position, head over the ball, in sort of attacking with your shoulders, but also be attacking and grabbing the ball at the same time, or attempting to contest the ball at the same time, rather than clearing out the guy and then coming back and picking up the ball. So I think that's the reason why that occurred, but I'm sure that if you read up the scripts for the reasoning behind Crouch or whatever, they will probably come up with a more in-depth reasoning. But anyway, before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. So we have it on DT Live here, and you see Butters here, 19, 42, 12 and 40, just basically turned up and wanted to kick to one end, and that was it. Yeah, he ended up with, one goal, one it looks like here, so yeah, wasn't. I sort of made the mistakes here with Bont, Butters, and basically going them over the likes of a Rosie. Of course, now Wines goes 106. That's going to piss me off. Now that he's done exactly what we wanted him to do now. Once everyone's got him out, that sounds about right. But yeah, it's one of the biggest learnings for me this year is the fact that it's just to go back to what I did best last year with all of those underpriced guys. I do that, I think, really well. And yeah, just sticking away from top of the line guys. So yeah, sticking away from the likes of a Bont next year and going for Rosie, Butters, etc. And then also one of the other things I've realised that I've done really badly this year is just flipping my my rookies to the better cash generators, and that's something that I'm really going to focus on next year and the rest of this year, as I think that is something to really focus on. But so yeah, I know that I'm not gonna. It would take an absolute miracle from here to win the AFL Fantasy, but I know I'm in a damn good shot to win the Supercoach. So probably gonna take more time on Supercoach and how that's gonna work up. But anyway, that's just sort of my thoughts on what's gone wrong so far for Fantasy, and one of the reasons was just not picking. I don't think Rosie was one of the big misses, I think, and Zach Merritt, etc. So yeah, Butters, he did really well. Houston to 109, a resurgence from him, but he's still unders. Ollie Wines came back and has now got a 106 to his name. Not going to trade him in at all just because. And did he end up with a goal or just a behind? It looks like just a behind. You're telling me Ollie Wines got a hit out? I would love to see the footage of this hit out if someone could send me that somehow. That was for him to get a hit out is quite crazy, and I am going to check the stats in case that was added and then taken away, just because I want to see. No, he got 2 hit outs actually. Apparently he got 2 hit outs. So what was he doing? 1, what was he doing in the ruck? 2, how did he get those hit outs is the main question. But yeah, apparently he got some hit outs. Rosie 100. Huge third quarter from him. Farrell 98. Soldo again. He's starting to work his way into games and starting to become not fantasy relevant, but doing himself a handy favour with another 90-odd score. I think that's his maybe third 90 score of the year. Bergman 93, Horn Francis 76 for those people that were picking him up. I don't think he's even going to get forward status now. I think it would take a basic full forward game for him to get it now. But he was basically on track for a 60, and this is the type of player that he is. He's an impact player, and I don't think he'll ever be a non-impact player. So I don't think he'll be one that is going to grab you 25 plus disposals on the regular like that of Butters and Rosie. especially Rosie. He's getting disposal after disposal at the moment. Burgoyne 76, Drew 76. I believe applied the tag on. Surely you wouldn't tag Hayden Young. Surely you'd be tagging Sarong, but maybe they were tagging Hayden Young. Georgiades 71, Aaliyah 69, Burton, Marshall. Just going down the list here, and Port don't really have any fancy relevant guys. I don't think they've had since Butters and Rosie. I don't think they've had a fancy relevant like rookie or whatnot from memory. But I could be completely wrong about that. I'm just thinking through with their first round picks in the past. I don't think they've really had anyone fancy relevant. Then you move over to Freo, and it's pretty telling when the key forward is your top fantasy scorer for the game. Josh Tracy with a 108, and yeah, he just had a huge second quarter with, 3 goals in the quarter. And if I just look at here, he took, I think, as well 4 marks in the quarter alongside 3 goals. That's already 42 non-disposal points. Add in a tackle there, so 46 non-disposal points. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I'm a little bit off with the disposal points there, now thinking about it. So it was 4 marks and 3 goals. So 30, 34, 30, 38 non-disposal points, so it should be 19 disposal points. With 1, 2, 6, 10... 13, 16, 9, that makes sense, I believe, if my counting was right. 38 non-disposal points in the quarter is absolutely huge. That's sort of what you expect out of a game for a lot of these guys. So for him to do that, but it's not going to be replicable. So I expect him to be down here with like Tabiner next week or something. So don't go him. Ryan 105. He's one that is dominating Supercoach, but not dominating, I guess, necessarily fancy. At 105, he's still top 6, but he's not blowing you away like he is sort of in Supercoach. Young 102, he did really, really well in the middle 2 quarters. I'm sort of glad that he didn't get away from us. I probably should have gone Young now thinking about it over Martin in Supercoach, but happy to have him in fantasy as he just trudges along sort of that D5, D6 area, and he will slowly get upgraded when we do that in the coming weeks. Sarong 92, he's being brought down to earth, so those people that started like Sarong and stuff like that, the advantage isn't as big as it probably could be. Brayshaw 78, he just did an all-round effort. Luke Jackson, he gave away, I think, a couple free kicks here. Let me just check here. Luke Jackson, he gave away only 1 free kick, 21 hit-outs. Yeah, he just didn't get the you can just see the big difference here between his big efforts is this non-disposal point here, as well as not kicking any goals the last couple of weeks, has really been the reason why he's so down on his scoring. Not too worried about it, to be honest with you. I think he comes back strong against the West Coast Eagles, but we'll wait and see in that one. But he is going to be traded out to Dacos next week, I think. Clark 66, Sharp 65. So the Clark train finally has left the 90 station. And he just didn't get going. Maybe something to do with the abuse free kick that sort of stopped him. But he actually started off the first quarter good, but just didn't continue on. And this is what we were saying about this for the Clark owners now, because Clark, if you look at it now, he is kind of he's got a 100 break even. He's probably going to hit that against West Coast, but now he is, I believe he started out as a 79, I want to say. So he's plus 12, and this is what can happen with Clark, and the reason why he probably wasn't, he is still a good pick, but with all his issues have kind of come at the wrong time. The timing of him falling off, if he does continue this for one more game, and then he loses another 30k, well, he's right back at 730k. And then he's averaging, he would probably be averaging, 91 through 5 games. That's 450, 510 through, say, 520 through 6 games. That's roughly 86 or so. And then that's only plus 7. So if he drops another 65, he's only plus 7, which is really not that damaging. And he's basically lost all his cash gen. And so then you just jump from him to Dacos, whereas where I'm jumping most likely to Dacos anyway as well. So you lose all that power basically from the Clark a couple of weeks ago. Sharp 65. Didn't really get into top gear, but a 65 as a rookie, you're going to take that huge cash gem when we need it. Pierce, Fife is going along really, really well in terms of Supercoach with, I think, an 81. I think he's averaging like 83, 84. But yeah, fantasy-wise, he isn't necessarily lighting it up. So I'm not too worried about him. I think a lot of people will start to trade him out just because he's not really going anywhere, I'll put it that way. He's a much more Supercoach dominant scorer. But yeah, fantasy-wise, not going the best. Banfield, Aish, Switkowski, Amos, O'Meara, Walker, Hughes, Emmett, Draper. Draper, for those who went for him, key defender. You never go for key defenders, let's be honest. Johnson, Walters, Tamna, and Erasmus finished on a -1. Erasmus, I feel like, is going to be that guy. And I'm not going to... he's going to go somewhere. He's not going to stay at Freo, I don't think, next year. So I think he moves on to somewhere else. And he gets a better, I guess... He starts at like rookie price. So I would be keeping Erasmus on your watch board in the future, just because he's going to be rookie price next year with the way he's going. He's got a -1 baked into his system now, which is always helpful for the you can see here break even on 98 -1. He's got a 9.5. That is going to be that's going to take a while to resurrect a 9.5 average. Say he goes 100. That'll be a 119. That'll still only be a 39, and he needs to go 100 to get that. So I'm really looking at Erasmus and thinking at both a new club or just a new season, he will be valuable if he gets the game time. So we'll wait and watch on that one. But anyway, that pretty much is the video there, and I guess I will see you guys in the next couple recaps of the Sunday games, and then we'll get into on Tuesday the fancy recap, trade targets, cash cows, etc. And then on the Thursday we'll hit the 3 again of the previews and the tips, which tips didn't go well this round, but I was happy in the end to finish what I did for that anyway. But I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye guys.